All right, let's head outside right now as we continue to keep an eye on this weekend storm there. You can see on the right, clear outside for us right now. However, that's going to change. That system is approaching, bringing with it snow, ice, rain, you name it. You name it, I guess is what I should have said. Or you made it, whatever.
I made it. I'm here.
We made it.
I'm working in Boston, everybody. Hey, Mom, look, TV. And weather.
Pete Bouchard, it is Friday. It's been a long week around here.
It's been a long week. Yeah. It's going to be a long week next week, too. So we'll get into this.
Yeah.
We have travel headache coming up for Sunday, Colton. It's going to be nasty. I mean, in the morning, it's tough. In the afternoon, it's mostly wet. But we have slop on the roads, too. Not like Sunday's a big travel day. It's the weekend. It's the holiday weekend, too. It's the icing more than the snow. I know everybody fixates on how much you got coming our way. Well, it's not about that. With the icing, of course, you talk about glaze and that slippery travel, slippery everywhere. Sidewalks and any part of your lawn and sidewalks and driveway, anyway, decks. Whipping winds, possible outages on Monday because if we glaze over some of the trees and power lines, then you send a 50, 55 mile per hour wind on that, things start to sway and they're weighted down. So that's a big concern on Monday. Snow's breaking out back through Michigan and into Wisconsin. And this is our storm system. There's more water vapor coming up from the Gulf. And then we see another more energy, I guess, coming through the Great Basin and back over towards the Rockies. That'll combine and tighten our storm up as it comes into New England. Not like we wanted it to be any kind of loose storm here, right? You can see the Arctic air across northern New England. That's pulling away. And so this is one of those mixed situations. We don't have enough cold air to go around to keep this all snow. And by the way, tomorrow is quiet if you're going for the bread and milk. In the morning or early afternoon, everything's good, too. Or if you're just traveling around and taking the storm quietly and mellowly. You can see at midnight the snow's flying. It's in fits and starts, though. This is, again, not intense through the first part of the storm. The mix comes in around 4 or 5 o'clock. This is greater Boston, by the way. And then by 9, it's over to rain, and then we stay rain for the rest of the afternoon, and it tails off between 7 and 9 o'clock. So on that front end of snow, 2 to 4 inches of snow. Down in Cape Cod, it's less than 2, and then 4 to 6 up through the Merrimack Valley, southern New Hampshire, Leominster, Hollis, Wyndham, Newburyport, Portsmouth, even in Boylston and Worcester, we could be in some of that 4 to 6. I think on the low end of that range, the higher end of the range would be across southern New Hampshire. And of course, the glaze ice that we talk about, this is not rainfall. This is about 1/4 inch, maybe even 1/3 of an inch ice at the very most. I think this is a little bit overdone, honestly. I think it'll be less than that. So we're talking about a very thin glaze of ice, but still enough to weigh down branches and power lines. Sunday's high in Boston is 40, but Worcester's about 33 or 34 for a high, so that's the big difference, too. And then we bring the wind in. It comes in late on Sunday, and then on Monday, 45 to 50 mile per hour winds. This storm is becoming a behemoth to our north, and that draws in very strong winds. Even on Tuesday, some of that wind will linger. And then we look ahead, not like you want to, next week, and there's another storm brewing. It actually develops on Tuesday down in the Gulf and then across northern Florida. So, and Wednesday, it's a full mature storm. So that's about 4 or 5 days away, 4.5, we'll say. So that's why we're confident that we at least get a storm. We don't have to wait a week for it to form, and then maybe it won't, maybe it will. This looks like it is forming. It's just the track, right? At that point, is it going up into New England, or does it head out to sea? We'll have to wait and see. A glancing shot or direct hit. If it hits us, boy, that's a lot of snow. I mean, we're talking about a foot at least. It appears mainly as snow because the track is offshore. And we'll have plenty of cold. We have that. We've had it all winter. You'll see it on Tuesday and Wednesday with highs in the 20s. Thursday with that storm only around 30. And then thereafter, I like the looks of next weekend because it's quiet for a change. And the temperatures do loosen up. We'll get back into the 30s. We're back after the break.